Welcome, you spicy ladies. So, power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's just, standing there quietly, totally aware of what it can. Today, we're talking about this rare, powerful Force the Sigma female, both versions literally rooted in depth, wisdom, and self possession. But how she carries her power totally makes all the difference. We're splitting this into two parts. First, 6 ways the Sigma female hides her power. Then, we'll get into the one who owns it. Some Sigma ladies, they keep their strength on the down low. Not 'cause they're unsure o' please, but 'cause they've seen how the world reacts when a woman refuses to fit into neat little boxes. So they pull back, stay quiet, totally measure their presence to avoid drama or like unnecessary noise. But after a while, that self-silencing isn't just strategy, it's a cage. It literally robs her of growing into everything she could be. Then, there's the Sigma female who owns it. She doesn't shout, doesn't perform. She's just grounded, aware, so unapologetically in her truth. She won't shrink to make others feel secure, won't wait to be invited into power. She moves on instinct with clarity, purpose. If you've ever wondered if your silence is being misunderstood or your strength makes people uneasy, let this be your reminder. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to shift atmospheres. Whether you've been hiding or finally stepping into your power, what matters is what you decide now. 'Cause being a Sigma female means you were never meant to stay quiet, small, or half alive. You were built to let no asking required. Let's dive in, spicy ladies. Number 1. She keeps her intelligence behind a polite smile, not 'cause she's shy or unsure, but 'cause she's seen what happens when people realize how sharp her mind actually is. The second she lets that out, things shift. The room's energy totally changes. Suddenly, it's not a conversation, it's a quiet competition. People stop listening and start trying to impress her, showing off, interrupting. So exhausting and pointless. So, she plays the long game, listens more than she speaks, watches, gathers, stores info like a vault. While others are busy proving something, she's 10 steps ahead thinking about what they didn't say, reading between lines. Her strength, it's in how patient she is with her power. She knows her mind is rare, and rare things don't need announcements. What most miss? Her silence isn't a gap, it's strategy. She's not holding back 'cause she's scared. She's doing it 'cause she understands timing, knows there's power in restraint. Not everyone deserves the full picture of who she is. Not everyone's earned that. And when she does speak, when she opens that vault, it's impossible to ignore. Every word lands, every thought laced with clarity. She doesn't need to raise her voice or convince you. Her presence does the heavy lifting. She's not hiding her smarts to make others comfortable. She's just choosing where to invest her energy. She doesn't play for applause, she plays for impact. So when she smiles and stays quiet, don't be fooled. She's not behind, she's observing. And by the time you realize how much she knows, she's already moved on from the game you thought you were winning. Right now, if you're still watching, I so hope this helps. Your comments literally motivate me so much so I can make more vids you'll love. Hit subscribe, leave me a message. Let's keep going. Number 2, she blends in. Not 'cause she lacks presence, because she doesn't want unnecessary attention. People totally mistake her quiet nature for weakness, but that's their error. She could easily take up space, steal the spotlight, but she doesn't. Why? 'Cause attention isn't her goal. Control is. And nothing gives her more control than being underestimated. She's not hiding, she's observing. Every word, gesture, tone, she catches it. While others are busy showing off, she's collecting data, storing insights, connecting dots. She knows silence makes people comfy enough to expose themselves. So she listens carefully, quietly, no interruptions. Being underestimated isn't a setback, it's a setup. Gives her time to study the room, calculate her next move. When people think you're average, they lower their guard. That's when she strikes, not out of malice, but with precision. She doesn't explain her intentions. By the time people realize, it's already done. This girl uses invisibility like a weapon. She's not here to impress, she's here to learn. Prepare silently, execute flawlessly. You'll rarely see her coming, but you'll feel her impact long after she's gone. People confuse noise with strength, but the loudest in the room is rarely the smartest. She knows this. That's why she sits quietly, not because she lacks a voice, but because she's mastered when to use it. Her silence isn't emptiness, it's calculation. Her stillness isn't weakness, it's strategy. So when she blends in, don't think she's lost. She's just waiting. And when the time's right, she'll do more in one move than others do with 1,000 words. Number 3. She has a library in her head and fire in her chest, but only shows pages, never the flame. Her mind, walls of thought stacked with insight, questions, observations, connections most people wouldn't ever consider. Vast, rich, restless, and in her chest, fire, a deep, steady burn from knowing exactly who she is, what she's capable of. But you'll rarely see it. She only shows pages, not the flame, not because she's holding back for fun, but because she knows the cost of revealing too much. She's learned that when she opens up, the room gets too small. People get overwhelmed, try to silence her, or look for ways to cut her down. So she keeps it contained, gives just enough to be understood, never enough to be fully seen. Truth is, she's not afraid of her power. She's afraid of what happens if she lets it out in the wrong place, afraid of scorching people who mistake her silence for shallowness, afraid of being misjudged, or worse, resented, because once that fire's out, there's no putting it back. So, she edits herself, breaks her brilliance into digestible pieces, simplifies thoughts, dulls opinions, speaks carefully, not because she's unsure, but because she knows most aren't ready for the full force of who she is. But there's a shift building inside. The fire's getting louder. The pages are trembling, and one day, someone will see not just the library, but the heat that built it. And when she finally lets the flame rise, it won't burn everything down. It'll light the way. Spicy ladies, if you are still watching, if you feel the same, leave a spicy lady +1 below. That's so my motivation. Let's go. Number 4, she downplays her wins to protect fragile egos, not because they're small, because she's been in so many rooms where confidence is taken as a threat. The moment she shines, you feel the shift. Compliments turn cold, smiles tighten, convos feel like competition. So she's learned to hold back, celebrate in silence, shrink just enough to make others feel safe. She knows what she's capable of. Her wins, real, not luck or accidents. They come from hard work, discipline, a mind that won't quit. But instead of sharing freely, she tucks them away, lets others take the spotlight, because she's seen what happens when she doesn't asterisk. In spaces built on shallow power games, authenticity is rare and so unwelcome. If you come in with quiet excellence, people measure themselves against you without even realizing. That's when politics start. Backhanded comments, subtle dismissals, forced praise. So, she plays it safe, tones it down, talks about achievements like they're NBD, because in some places, being great gets you punished, not praised. But deep down, she's so tired of pretending she's not proud, tired of editing her joy to avoid making others insecure. She's realizing protecting fragile egos shouldn't cost her truth. Her wins matter. Her journey matters. And it's so not her job to shrink so someone else feels tall. Soon, She'll stop shrinking, own her success out loud, not to prove anything, but 'cause it's time. Time to stop hiding the light she built, time to shine whether they're ready or not. Number 5, she gives people the benefit of the doubt, then pays for it in silence, again and again, not 'cause she's naive, but 'cause she believes in giving people space to be better, sees the good even when it's buried, assumes good intentions till proven wrong, but that kindness often costs silence. She doesn't explode when crossed, doesn't make a scene, or call people out publicly. She withdraws quietly, internally, and in that silence, she absorbs the disappointment, takes the hit with grace even when it bruises her spirit. That's the burden of hiding power, because her strength isn't on display. People assume they can get away with things, test her limits, speak carelessly, cross lines they'd never dare with someone visibly dominant. They mistake her calm for weakness, her softness for permission, assume she'll tolerate anything because she hasn't pushed back. But what they don't realize, her silence isn't approval, it's memory. She's watching, measuring, choosing whether you're worth keeping, and once she decides, no second chances. Truth, people respect boundaries they can see, feel, but when your power's subtle, hidden beneath kindness and patience, people think you have none. That's where they're so wrong. She's not silent because she's weak. She's silent because she's already letting you go in her mind. Because once she's done, she's done. No loud exits, no breakdowns, just distance, sharp, clean, final. So yes, she gives the benefit of the doubt, but once doubt becomes truth, she never makes that mistake twice. Now, let's move into the Sigma female who owns her power. Number 7, she stopped negotiating with the world about who she is. No more adjusting her tone to seem less direct. No more watering down words so they land softer. No more shrinking her presence for others' comfort. She's so done pretending she's less. There was a time she'd explain herself, overthink every move, every word, just to keep peace. She wanted to be understood, didn't want to be too much, but all that did, leave her drained, disconnected. So one day, she stopped apologizing for being clear, focused, powerful. Now, she speaks with full honesty, says what needs saying, not what people want to hear, moves with purpose and no performance, leads without approval, and if that bothers someone, she lets it. Knows others' discomfort isn't her responsibility, never was. Her strength isn't loud or aggressive, it's solid, calm, grounded. She doesn't try to overpower, she just refuses to be overpowered, and that unsettles anyone used to people who bend. This version no longer edits herself to be likable, not trying to prove worth in spaces that don't deserve her, not looking to be chosen. She chooses, knows exactly who she is, what she brings, what she'll never tolerate again, and what makes her rare. She doesn't make herself easy to handle. She makes herself real, fully, unapologetically. She's not here to play small so others feel tall. She's here to stand in her truth. And whoever meets her there, that's who stays. Number 8, she's the storm and the shelter, the force and the calm, the woman who can destroy what no longer serves her and still protect what matters without flinching. She's not stuck in one mode. She's layered, complex, and that makes her unforgettable. She burns bridges without looking back if they led nowhere, doesn't cling to what disrespects her peace, knows when to end things, cleanly, quietly, no explanations, not 'cause she's cold, but 'cause she's clear, doesn't owe closure to people who gave her confusion. She builds empires too, from scratch. Silence, her own 2 hands, doesn't wait for blueprints, draws them, creates opportunities where others see limits, not in it for applause, in it for impact. Builds without the spotlight 'cause real success needs no decoration, but she's also the shelter, the calm after the storm, the safe place no one saw coming if you're honest, real. Bring truth, not games. She'll protect you with everything she's got, her loyalty, fierce, Her love rare, but don't mistake softness for weakness. That's a mistake you don't make twice. She's unapologetic, whether creating, walking away, starting over. She doesn't ask permission, doesn't wait for understanding, trusts herself completely. Because once she figured she could be both fire and foundation, she stopped letting anyone tell her how much space she's allowed to take. Number 9, she makes people nervous and doesn't apologize, not because she's trying to intimidate, but because she knows real power has presence and hers walks into every room with her. Whether she speaks or not, people feel it in how she holds eye contact, how she listens like she's reading your words, her calm, steady energy that doesn't beg to be liked, understood. She doesn't fill silence with chatter, doesn't laugh at unfunny things to be polite, and that makes some so uncomfortable because they don't know what to do with someone not seeking approval. She knows her presence rattles people used to superficial power, people who rely on noise, charm, control. They sense something different in her. She doesn't compete, doesn't prove, but carries quiet certainty that exposes every insecurity in the room, and she won't shrink to protect fragile egos, won't pretend to be less so others feel like more, won't dim her insight standards, energy to avoid making someone squirm. That's not arrogance, that's self-respect. She spent so much time playing small for others' comfort. Now she's done negotiating with small minds, low expectations. If her confidence makes someone uneasy, so be it. She's not here to be palatable, she's here to be real. And those who can't handle that, they were never meant to be near her. Number 10, she doesn't entertain false humility, so done pretending she's lucky to be in the room when she opened the door, knows what she brings, knows her value, and won't downplay it for others' comfort. There's a huge difference between being grounded and pretending to be small. She's learned false humility is just self-betrayal, a lie to make others less insecure around her strength. She's so not doing that. She built the damn table, put in the work, stayed up late, doubted, got back up, kept building. Now that she's standing on solid ground, she won't act like she stumbled there by accident. She's not arrogant, she's honest, and if that honesty rubs someone wrong, not her problem. She'll eat alone, not from pride, from principle. She'd rather sit at an empty table with integrity than share space with people who only clap when they're louder. She's not afraid of being alone because she spent time facing herself, building, trusting. She doesn't need a crowd. She needs clarity. People expect women like her to shrink, smile, nod while others take credit. But she's not here to be modest about her magic. She's here to own it, quietly, boldly, completely. And if that means being misunderstood, so be it. She'd rather be misunderstood than misrepresented. Number 11. She doesn't downplay herself to make others comfortable anymore. That version, the one who dimmed her light so others wouldn't feel small, gone. She's exhausted from years calling it humility when it was literally fear. Fear of being too much, fear of labels, fear of standing out when she just wanted to belong. But now she sees it. Shrinking doesn't help anyone, doesn't inspire, uplift. It just keeps her stuck, suffocating under the weight of potential she was too afraid to own. She's so done pretending she's average, done hiding behind soft words, polite nods, watching less capable people take credit. She's not trying to outshine, but won't turn down her brilliance to blend in. This isn't ego, it's truth. And it took so long to know the difference. Ego seeks attention, truth holds its ground with or without it. She's not trying to be above anyone, just done placing herself beneath people who don't even know their limits. Now, she speaks clearly, takes up Spacino apology, celebrates wins out loud, not to boast, to remind herself how far she's come, and if that makes someone uncomfortable, whatever. She's not here to babysit egos. She's here to grow, Because real humility isn't pretending to be small, it's knowing your power and choosing to use it with intention, and she finally gets that. Number 12, she moves like someone who no longer needs permission. There's this calm certainty in her pace, like every step's already thought through, not rushing to catch up, not waiting for applause. Walks like she finally realized she owes no one an explanation for who she is, how she moves. There was a time she waited to be noticed, invited in, waited for the world to say, now you're ready. But that version, gone. She's done asking for a seat at a table she helped build, knows she belongs, not because someone told her, but because her presence earned it long before anyone noticed. Every move now, intentional, not about performing, about alignment. She no longer acts to be seen. She acts true to who she is, and that changes everything. She doesn't seek approval because she's not working from lack. She's moving from knowing. This confidence doesn't show in loud declarations, shows in the quiet refusal to beg, shows in how she no longer waits for green lights that never come. She's given herself permission to go, build, lead, exist fully, no second guessing. People might not get it, wonder where this boldness came from, but what they're really seeing, a woman who stopped playing small, someone so tired of shrinking in places built on her brilliance. Now she owns every step, not to impress you, because she finally remembered what she's capable of, and she's so not forgetting again. Power isn't always loud. Sometimes it's that quiet decision to never betray yourself again. Being a Sigma female means carrying strength that doesn't ask for attention, strength that lives in your silence, your boundaries, how you observe before acting. Some of you still hide it, not because you're weak, because life taught you to be careful, protect your peace, avoid triggering others who can't handle someone who knows herself. But know this, hiding your power doesn't make you more lovable, it only makes you more invisible to yourself. And you weren't born invisible. The ones who own it, they've just reached a point where they're done apologizing, explaining, playing roles to fit spaces they've outgrown. They don't perform strength. They live it fully, calmly, no audience needed. If you've been playing small, it's so not too late. There's nothing wrong with hiding. What matters? What you do next. You don't need to change who you are. You need to stop editing the best parts because others don't know what to do with them. You're a Sigma female because you move with depth, because your silence is intentional, because your truth makes people pause, rethink what power really looks like. So don't shrink, don't delay. Your power isn't too much. It's right on time. Let them adjust. You stay real. Thank you so much for watching, Spicy Ladies. God bless.